everybody, it's Yazzie here, and I have a message for you this evening. I actually have a couple, and they are extremely important. First, if this message or any part of my message doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. It just means it's not your message, but I have a pretty good feeling this one is going to resonate with a lot of people because it resonated with me. I had to meditate on it for a few days, and here we are. But as always, let's start with this first. I ask and invite in the gods and goddesses, archangels, guardian angels, deities, entities, spirits, spiritual teams, spiritual guides, our ascended masters, our higher selves, our inner toddler, our inner child, our inner teenager, our shadow self, and the universe to be present. And I ask that you all would banish and remove anything and everything that is not meant for us, including negativity, negative energies, negative entities, evil eyes of all kinds, and negative monitoring spirits, for they are not welcome nor are they invited. And I ask that you all would please purify and cleanse the space, the tools in which I use, the cards, and myself, so that this message comes through clearly and with clarity for the collective this evening. Please and thank you. Okay, so this is a message. I guess it is like channeled messages, but this happened to me like the other day, 121 and 123 on the timer, but I had to take some time to really think about it. And also, while I was setting up my phone, it kept automatically starting the video like multitudes of times while I was setting up my phone and camera and everything. So it's clear that this message needs to get out there and it's important. So I would stay if I were you. But it came through as a breakthrough for me, and it seems that it was very important for the collective to know as well. And it actually helped me in regards to not just myself, but other people that I have interacted with, and a specific relationship that I had 202 in general in my own life. But I feel that this applies to, it seems as though it would apply to 212, to the collective, and anyone that you have interacted with. So when you're interacting with people, and we have all been in a place where we have been stuck in our ways or stuck in a mindset or the way of how life works, 234, based on what we have been taught. And usually this happens at a younger age or at a younger time in life. And when that happens, it's extremely hard to move out of that or move away from that or even heal, because for many people, they may not understand or even know that there are ways to heal from it, or they may not have, more importantly, the support system, and even more important than that, the guidance to do so. The resources are there, but they may not know how to. So there is some sort of, in a way, there's some sort of grace that 321 that we would need to have with others just as we have with ourselves, because they may not know that way of living and thought process for them may be the only way. 333, that may be the only thing that they really know, and that's the only thing they know about life and how to go about it, even when we get into our older age. And I have a perfect example of this for myself to relate to you. So when I was really young, the only way that I knew as far as love goes was, and I don't mean like platonically or like with family, not like that, but I mean in relationships, like romantic ones, the only way I assumed love would be given is intercourse. And I learned that at a young age, and that's all I knew, all the way up until, honestly, all the way up until about I'd want to say about the beginning of this year, because that is how I had lived most of, that's how I was taught at a really young age, and that's how most of my relationships unfortunately started. And I know a lot of people, it's different for every person, but we have that one thing that we struggle with, whatever it may be. And we are taught that at a very young age, and there has to be some sort of grace in that, because when we get to a point, in a lot of things in life, we may not know how to handle it. And the thing about healing is that it never stops. And the reason 456, and the reason why that is because we will always have a situation that we have never interacted with before, and it'll push us and trigger us in such a way where we have the choice in that moment to either shy away from it and not take it as an opportunity, 515, to heal or grow or evolve, or we can take it as the opportunity for something different that will add to our experience in life. And for people who, they may not know how to heal yet, we have to understand that we also were in that position at one point in our life, or at many points in our life. Not 543, not just with the one thing that we felt was the end all be all of life. And with those people, or situation or places or things, 555, there's some sort of appreciation and gratitude and thankfulness towards those people or those places, those situations, whatever they may be, 606, and regardless of how it ended. Because the thing about it is that it helped you to learn, it helped you to grow, 616, and it helped you to understand not only other people better, but yourself as well. And it helped you to be able to see when something is happening that perhaps may not be aligned with you, and be able to know when something is meant for you and when it's not. But it can also help you to be that person where if you recognize it, you can perhaps be that person who offers the guidance and assistance in helping as well. And I'm not saying to keep doing it to the point where 654, where it's to your own detriment, but at least in some way you have that opportunity to be able to do so. Excuse me. And in some way, even if the situation ended in a not so good or not so nice 7-Eleven, not so good way, or in a bad way, we have to actually be able to heal from that and let it go. And the reason being is because if you hold on to that pain and that hatred and that anger, whatever the feeling may be, it's blocking you from being able to receive the things that are meant for you, or even manifest. But in some way as well, it is also blocking the other people, the place, the thing, the situation from healing as well. And I had this breakthrough just before I did this, is that in some way, your healing, you being healed, can push people. It may trigger them, absolutely. However, that triggering moment, that's them recognizing that you're healed. And when other people see that in that moment, 8-11, even though they may be triggered, that gives them the opportunity to make the choice for themselves on seeing you healed and going, if they can heal, perhaps I can too. I can do that. I can be that. Or it does also give them the other opportunity on the other end to still stay where they're at and perhaps not understand it, or not try to go out and seek the knowledge and understanding of how did they heal? How can I do that? And still be in that, place where they're at. And they may not be ready, and that's perfectly fine. They may not be ready to do that yet. Not everyone is, but your healing, you working through that for yourself, can actually push other people, and it may be triggering for them at first, but that also can unblock them in their own healing journey. So you, in your own way, can be a light for other people. 9-11, as I say that. Okay? And that's important. That's extremely important, because that's how you're able to make an impact in the world as well as on other people, to be able to heal in their own journey and be able to grow and evolve. And it's important to also remember to focus on the here and now as well. Because if you're so focused, the only time, because I know there's the theory of the past, present, and future are existing all at the same time, which could very well be the case. However, in this, what I'm explaining is that when to apply to how you may be blocking yourself as well as other people. 1001 is when you're not in the present moment. So if you're too focused on the past and that's all you're thinking about, with instead of, you know, being, this was the important part too. So this is a combined thing of how you're blocking yourself, but also if you're in those thoughts, in those memories, and someone such as myself, 1023 with PTSD severely, if I get wrapped up in whatever memory it is, whatever happened in the past, you end up letting those emotions or that hurt or that pain become you. I physically feel it myself. It physically hurts me, like in a bad way. And I know there's a lot of people 1044 that feel that way. But the lesson in that is, in a way, yes, you're blocking yourself, but also you need to be able to learn to still definitely work through your feelings and emotions. I'm not saying repress or suppress them, and I've talked about that before. Don't do that. 1101. But be the observer. Be someone who's able to look at it and say, okay, yes, I have this feeling. I saw 1111 for a second. I have this feeling and emotion, and it's valid, and I validate that. And I know, and you can feel the emotion in the sense 1123 to understand it and comprehend it, but also you have to be the observer of whatever past situation and see it from both sides and be able to heal in that way. And that's a huge part of the healing, is being the observer and not letting the hurt and pain become you and be 1144 all that you are. And that's where a lot of people end up getting lost in their healing journey, is that you have to not let it overtake you. And that's the same thing with when you are too worried or over analyzing for the future. 1203 is that absolutely it's important to think about what your next moves are, but if you think too far in the future, you're actually blocking your future from coming forward. 1212 I saw from coming forward, because now you're going to be so cautious about all the choices and everything that you do and make in the present. 1221 you're going to actually end up stalling your future from coming, because now you're worried about everything that you do now affecting the future. So be in the present moment. Be the observer whenever it comes to past or future, and even in the present at times. You can do that as well, but it's most important, because being in one end or the other, you'll also miss all the important things that are happening right now that could actually add to your growth and your evolution and your healing. And you'll miss all the signs and all of the guidance that you're receiving if you're too much on the past and far too ahead in the future. Okay? I know there was a lot of information I just threw at you, but all of that was like really important, and I'm proud of myself for remembering, and for the universe making sure that I remembered all of that. But I hope that with all that information, that it helped someone out there, because it seemed like I couldn't forget it. And usually the ones that I don't forget, the messages, they're extremely important. And I hope that helps someone out there, because it's needed. Someone needs to hear that. Someone out there needs to know that we're all healing on this journey, and we need to have some sort of grace in that and understanding in that, in all that we do. Okay? But that's the channeled end of it, and that was a lot. But I hope that part helped. But let's see what's going on with the cards. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to use both of the decks today and see what's going on. But we're just going to get a general message, because that was what I was talking about was the meat and potatoes of it all, as far as that goes. And I know I like sped through it pretty quick, but I couldn't help it. It was there. It's strong. But let's go ahead. What else does a collective need to know as far as the cards go? Shuffle this real quick. And the Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, as I shuffle that. But they want me to start with the Antique Anatomy first today, though. I've been starting with the traditional for quite some time. So it's time to change that up. I'm starting to get better at shuffling my cards. I'm working on it. I've been doing it a lot more, whoops, as I drop it. But these ones shuffle a little bit easier. So let's see, what does the collective need to know in general for the cards? What does the collective need to know as a general message with, whoops, the cards? Excuse me. You may be getting a lot of throat chakra blockage. I'm really feeling the blockage right now. Ooh. We have the Queen of Coins that flipped over first, like all right here for some reason. So you may need to do a lot more healing, especially with everything that's going on right now. And we have 11/11 portal tomorrow, so do what you gotta do. And we also have that Taurus full moon coming up soon. I almost forgot about that. But we have the Queen of Coins here. What else? Stability is needed is what I just heard, which would explain a bit of why the Queen of Coins is here. I also heard something about fertility, so someone might be real fertile. Or it might be coming through for you if you've been trying, and that doesn't matter. It's not gender specific either way. None of this is gender specific. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Burpees. Oh, we have the 6 of Coins. Okay, what else? What else does the collective need to know? What else does the collective need to know? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. I guess that's what we're doing. How much is it? 9 of Elixirs. We have the 7 of Coins. Oh, here, let me fix this because 7 of Coins, but then we have the 6 of Blades as well. One more, please. Can I get one more, please? I kept hearing mind your giving. Like, be mindful of how much you're giving, which is why the 6 of Coins is here. Can I get one more, please? One more. Whoops. One more, please. I keep hearing you need to do something nice for yourself, which is why I think the 9 of Elixirs is here. Can I get one more card, please? Just one more. Please. One more, please. Whoops, no. One more. They're being... Okay, fine. Do you want me to start with these? Okay. We have the 8 of Elixirs at the bottom as well. So, pull the 8. Okay, so we're pulling the 8 because that's the one they want. So, with the Queen of Coins, the 6 of Coins, and the 9 of Elixirs. So, this is something where you need to start seeing your own value and give to yourself, which is why those bits of channeling messages were coming through, because you're sitting here and you're giving so much more to everyone else that you're forgetting that you need to take care of yourself too. And even I took care of myself. I exfoliated today. Like, even if it's just like in the shower, if it's beauty, if it's food, if it's clothes. I mean, I like clothes. Who doesn't? But you know, things like that, like even the simplest of things that make you happy. If it's just making sure you're taken care of, or even like resting, especially resting. Like, if you know you're pushing yourself too hard and you need to go ahead and relax, do it. Do not burn yourself out, because all that's going to do is put you in the hole in more ways than one, where you're going to end up being farther behind than you want to be. So remember that you have to have some sort of compassion and nurturing for yourself in the physical world. You've been taking care of yourself very well in the astral end and in the spiritual end. as well as, perhaps even mentally and maybe even emotionally. But what about your physical end? You can't forget about that part either. Even the littlest things will help you in the greatest of ways. Why is the 7 of coins, the 6 of blades, and the 8 of elixirs here? Why are these here? It's time to let go of investments that are draining you. And this could be anything. This could be people, this could be places, this could be monetary investments, this could be a job. Anything that is blocking you from things that are better for you. And maybe even travel or moving. This could, like, even a home, as far as that goes. So it's time to let go of investments that perhaps you can tell that they're not fruitful like you thought they would be in the beginning. And it may be scary and hard to do at first, but it definitely needs to be done. And I can't help but notice underneath that 8 of cups that I pulled is the Fool card. Take that leap. Find investments that are better for you. And I can't help but notice that underneath that is the 10 of elixirs. And guess what's underneath that? Here, we're going to go this way. And guess what's underneath that? The Wheel of Fortune. 2121 I just saw too. The Wheel of Fortune. It is something that would be in your favor, and it is very important that you be mindful of your future investments or any investments that you can make right now and how it will affect your future. Now, again, don't go too far into the future now. Go just enough that you can at least predict, I would say, 6 months. If you know it's going to work out for you in the next 6 months, it's a good investment. If you feel that it's going to. Now, I understand that certain risks have, or I'm sorry, flip that. I know certain investments have risks, so take that into account as well. But from what I can tell, if you take that leap away from previous investments that are not fruitful and not beneficial to you, and you take that leap, you have that 10 of cups, that emotional satisfaction and happiness, and it would be in your favor to do so. It would be, as you can tell, it would be everything. We have all the suits on this card. It would be in your best interest to do so, is what I just heard as well. So keep that in mind as you do that. It's a very powerful message. Is there anything else? Because I feel like there should be a little bit more. Which deck do you want me to use? Okay. Traditional. There's a little bit more, not too much. But we'll get a couple cards from this and then that'll do it. Because that's a pretty powerful message. The message is powerful today. And I felt that too. I was feeling as though I was super ready to give this message. 2304 I just saw as I looked up. What else? What else do we have for this general message? This card wanted to come out. We have the Page of Pentacles. I just heard the phrase, offers are a dime a dozen. So offers are starting to get really plentiful right now. Be mindful of them. And even more so, keep your eyes open for them. Because sometimes they may not be just right in plain sight for you. So keep an eye out for them. Geez, is that good? Yes, okay, goodness, that just came tumbling out. That's all, okay. And we have the Justice on the bottom of the deck here. But let's get into the ones that came out. So what fell out, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, okay. So we have the Page of Pentacles, we have the 2 of Wands, we have the King of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands, we have the 3 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. I just heard same person. Guess who's here again? What do you want? Talk a little bit more. What's up? They are part of the offer. They are part of the offer. King of Wands is who we're talking about here. And they've been planning. They've been planning fairly diligently in this. They're more than ready is what I just heard. And this was the one from, again, the same reading, who is doing the work. This is the one that's doing the work, not the King of Swords from who was completely cut off. Anyway, but what else? They want me to talk about the next set, but he's doing he, but the work is being done. They've been planning. However, why is the Seven of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords here? They're defending themselves against the heartache that has been caused to them. They know what they want. They know who they want, in particular, you. But and they've come to a point where they're a little bit indecisive, but they know which choice needs to be made, is what I just heard. Which is why the Justice card, the Justice card is here with this. And how funny, I can't help but notice underneath the Justice card is the Emperor. So hold on. We have Justice, we have the Emperor, and then right under the Emperor, we have the Hierophant underneath that. So they're taking authority, they're taking control, justice is coming. They know what the right decision is, and they know what they need to do. And underneath the Hierophant is the Eight of Wands. It's coming in quickly, very quickly. So fast that you might not even be expecting it, is what I just heard. Be ready. And what they mean by that is, don't just jump into it. Make sure you hear what they say first. Not because they mean any harm or anything by it, but you know your value, you know your worth. Make sure that what they're bringing you is of the same value and worth that you are. Make sure it matches. Make sure that they match as well. It's very important. Okay? Is there anything else outside of that? Nope. That is it. This is a really powerful message. But I hope that this message brought you a great deal of clarity. And I do want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of your support. And I love each and every one of you. Thank you again. And be safe out there, please, with everything that is going on. And again, the energy is shifting a great deal. So be safe out there. I love you all so very much. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.